On July 23rd, the city of Chester lifted its state of emergency in the parking lot of Calvary Baptist Church on a 200-degree day. I spoke to the pastor of Calvary Baptist Church before the event took place, and here's what he had to say.
Reverend Dr. Bayard S. Taylor, Jr., pastor of the Calvary Baptist Church here in the Chester, Pennsylvania area. On early this week, we went to the Washington, D.C. area and met with President Obama's Faith Initiative Director, Mr. O'Neill. In meeting with him, we sat down and discussed means of providing grants for the city of Chester, faith-based grants for the city of Chester, hopefully funding programs for practical living that could certainly help our citizens here in the city of Chester. We had a great response. I think the most important part of our meeting was introducing ourselves. We now have a face attached to the grants. So the response was very well received. He was excited about the collaborative efforts that we are doing here in the city of Chester. Well, we have numerous grants proposals written. Grace Community Development Program has grants written. We are in process of writing 3 grants. One has been completed. One is a substance abuse program, taking the next step, which is from the clinical perspective, and what we're doing is synthesizing or bringing the clinical perspective, the religious perspective, as well as the AA perspective all together, and creating just a new program for substance abusers. We're also writing grants for our senior ministries as well as our youth ministries. All grants will be written for a community purpose.
Okay.
Not wholly for Calvary. It's definitely for community.
Okay. Now, a lot of people don't realize that faith-based initiative was started with George Bush. Is that correct?
Absolutely. It was started with George Bush, but many faith-based institutions sort of hedged on utilizing those resources that are available. But you know, it's a significant amount of money out there to be utilized. Of course, they must be used for community work, not just wholly for a religious purpose, but it involves the entire community, regardless of race, creed, or ethnicity. Actually, we're in process now of submitting grants to the body. We hope by fall that we can certainly have some of those funds trickling in our city. Okay. But let me say that right now there are organizations in our city that's taking advantage of some of those funds. What we're going to do is we're going to attempt to share tools with our community. It's one thing lifting the state of emergency, it's another placing positive tools in place that will assure the residents here in Chester that we are concerned and we're taking a proactive means in continuing a state of emergency indirectly. Mm-hmm. Because what the state of emergency has done, it certainly has awakened the consciousness of the community in regards to its safeguard toward our children, our seniors, as well as the citizens here in the city of Chester.
All right, that's very true. It's also awakening a community far outside of Chester. This has become national news.
Yes.
What impact do you think that's had on our city?
Well, I'm hoping that other cities will follow what we're doing and coming together. That is bringing city government, clergy, community groups, and citizens at a table where we can discuss common solutions for the problem that exists throughout our country. One thing I'm discovering, there's a lot of groups out there, and everyone have their own, well, all of us have our own different mission statements. That's okay, but we need a common goal, a common objective to address the situations that's happening in our cities and even in our rural areas across this country.
Okay, excellent. As a pastor, has it united the churches any more than they were in the past?
Well, I think churches have always been united. We really have this misnomer that churches are separate. Churches are responsible for the spiritual aid of the citizens, and of course to introduce the conversion process to those who, in my faith, do not know Christ. We are all working on that common goal, and we do that every Sunday morning. Our doors are open. Our churches are welcoming individuals. Throughout the weekday, our churches are involved in feeding programs, in counseling programs. So we're very active throughout our community.
Okay. And you carry a few titles around town. What are they exactly?
Just a few. I'm, of course, pastor of Calvary Baptist Church. I'm the now former moderator of the New Hope Association of the Delaware County. I'm also the senior chaplain and founder of Chester Police Chaplaincy Corps. I'm also one of the founders of Law Enforcement Chaplains of Delaware County.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.